Today I'm going to show you a few ways that you can add drums into Logic Pro. One of my favorite things about Logic is that there are so many options, and there's also a lot of ways to do the same task. So what I think one of the best parts about being a producer is being able to have a lot of tools in the toolbox. So maybe if you're feeling uninspired one day, you can pull out a different tool that you haven't used before. Here's some tools for you. All right, let's jump right into it. So here we are in Logic. I have this little melody and chords going on. Let's take a listen. Okay, so without a doubt, easiest way to add drums would be the Logic Drummer. So if I just go here, do a new session player, I guess it's now called session player. If you're not on the newest version of Logic, you can still do this in Logic Drummer, but I'm on the newest version, so this is the session player. So go over here, and then I can select Drummer, create, and here's the Logic Drummer. So now you have a lot of options with the session player. This is what it sounded like just immediately putting this right on the track. Which is cool, but we can definitely make it better. So if you wanted to, you can change the genre here. I actually think R&B, it might be good, but let me just try 60s songwriter. Let's see if this is better. Okay, and if we wanted to change the kit, so if I wanted to sound like more of an R&B kit, you can change the kit here. So let's go with like neo soul. So this is going to keep the same progression, but just change the kit. And I want to loop this, so I'm just going to press Command U, and it just quickly loops this. And you could change the preset here. I kind of like this one, but just for an example, let's see what a backbeat would sound like. Okay, and then there's other things you can change here. You can change the complexity, you can change the intensity, you can click regenerate. You can have it change the rhythm here. You can have it follow something. Right now, it's following the chords, but I can change this. Let's see. Let's say I only want it to be the kick. I don't want any snare because it's the intro. That's pretty cool. So there's lots you can do here. You can add ghost notes. You can change this snare to a rim shot or a side kick. You can push or pull the feel. You can add dynamics. You can humanize it. And you can even add your own manual pattern in the step sequencer here. So a lot of fun things with the session player. And another really cool thing is that if you right click on this, you can convert to MIDI. And then you have all the MIDI notes and all of the kit pieces here. So lots you can do with that. One other really cool thing I wanted to show you with the session player is that if you actually use these arrangement markers, so if you press Option G, it's going to show you the global tracks configuration, and we can do arrangement. If you add an arrangement like there, let me add another one, another one, another one, another one. And then you can go through and label these. So this I want to be my verse, this I want to be my verse, this I want to be pre-chorus, and this chorus. Okay, and now if I add a drummer here, make sure your track head is starting at the beginner. You can even change the style here. Let's do 60s. Now you can see that it created a drum pattern that follows the arrangement marker. So you can see it has intro, verse, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, and it slightly changed the progression for each of these. Like you can see it's way more intense in the chorus than it is in the pre-chorus, and it's different in the verse. So let me just demonstrate these. Can't you see All you have to do is put your trust in me. Don't hold back, just let me in, 'cause honestly, you're mine, I'm yours, oh yeah. Actually, that sounds really cool. I really like that pre-chorus drum part. I think I'll actually use that in my final song. Another way that you can do drums is, let's say, so we do new software track, and I've already created some of my own drum kits in Drum Machine Designer. I made a different video on how to do that, but I can show you guys really quickly now. Let's go with Fave Drum Kit. And basically, I just dragged my favorite samples into the Drum Machine Designer. And then when I was happy with it, I just clicked Save and then labeled it, put it in Instruments and Save. And now it's just right in my user patches, which is super helpful. And now, if I click P, go to Step Sequencer, I can just sequence in a drum part. So this is what it sounds like. And you could also, if you don't want to use your own kit, you can do new software instrument track. Just pick one of the kits here. So let's go with Brooklyn. You can go to Step Sequencer. You can click this icon, go to Patterns, and there's a bunch of patterns right here that you can use. Whoa, that one's crazy. Yeah, so you can see you can also just like change the kit over here. So a lot of cool ways to add patterns to your song. Let's hear some of these ones with my song. Now, there are also a bunch of drum patterns here. So you can just take any of these, go to genre. You can search by genre if you want. So let's say we go hip hop, then we go instrument, all drums, and you can search with MIDI loops. Let's try MIDI loops first. I'm just gonna look for all genres. So that's really cool that there's just like MIDI loops here of a lot. Look how many, there's so many. And this is just with all drums. Let's check out a hip hop beat. There's over 1,500 MIDI loops with these drum beats. That's amazing. You can also draw in drums if you want to. That's my least favorite way, probably. So you can just go in here and then draw them in. So like, let's see, if I was going to do, you can see the drum labels here. If you don't see your drum labels, just make sure you just click that, but you should still see it. Mine shows up automatically. And then you could just draw in drums. So that would be 1, 2, oops. And then hat. Or maybe I should zoom in. Be a little bit easier. Just a simple, easy drum beat. You can find a drum groove in Splice or any one of your samples. I found this one. And I actually started with that to start my whole song. I just wanted to be inspired by a drum beat. And then I just filled in other samples to put alongside that sample. So for instance, I would go in and I just added like a kick around it. So now listen to it. And then I just kept filling it in with different kit pieces. And then as the song progressed, I added different toppers and different rhythms to change it up. Yeah, so depending on my mood and my vibe and my inspiration for that day, I will try out all of these different things to challenge myself and to dig deeper and to find a drum groove that I like. If you want to dive deeper into Logic Pro, I did make a Logic Pro crash course. There are Logic drummer tricks in here, all of these on this chapter, on chapter 13, section 13. You can go back to the top, and then on section 13, there's drum machine designer tricks. There's also step sequencer tricks in this book in section 11. And the cool thing about this book is that if you click on the title, it will take you to the video on my site breaking down how to do everything. You just log in if you need to see a demo. But then after you watch the demo, you can just refer right back to the book so you don't have to keep watching the video each time. And if you don't have an iPad to watch the book, you can just do it right on your computer. Right now, this book is on sale. If you want to get it, link in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know in the comments if there's anything else you'd like me to make a video on. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.